And here we go. All right, let's put on the next one. Roots, was it? Wait. See, it's just finicky. Like trying to... There it is. Okay, we should get another body part, right? Oh, we got our left leg. Nice, and an arm. Wait, we got an arm and a leg.
There was life before the ship. A reason for their escape.
Oh, why they went...
They didn't dare look back.
Why they're stowaways.
But their past fueled them for years. They harnessed it without remembering. They transformed fear, anger, and despair into art. The art was called outstanding, haunting, unforgettable.
It must deal with their father.
They did forget. They did their best to forget.
Yep.
And when they weren't looking, their past entangled them, bound them. Their roots suffocated them, pulled them under, away from the air and the light. They had to cut them away. Only then could they be truly free.
Doesn't the rat lady prey on that kind of thing? I love how eerie they've made it. I mean, that is just like the best word to describe it. All right, chapter 3, Bloody Roots. It had to have been something to deal with their father. Oh, check it out. We're diving deep. I'm out. Okay. Do you think this is the treehouse? Yeah, I bet this is the treehouse. Well, kind of.
What are you doing?
Conch.
Here, listen.
I can't unhear the Star Wars or
do that?
SpongeBob episode.
Gonna fit in there.
It's the spirit of the sea. It captured its strength, its calm, its freedom, so it can live on forever.
Forever? Yeah, this is even further now. It's kind of like this sepia tone. So we're not black and white anymore. I love what they've done with the different colors. Yeah, that was their attic. Huh. Interesting. This must be how they grew up. Yeah. Because based on the note, I feel like your audio clip kind of determines what you're going to enter into next. I don't like that. Am I standing up? I feel short. No, I'm standing up right now. Oh, because I'm a kid. I'm me as a little kid. I must be James as a little child. And I'm seeing it through his POV. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I get so enamored by the smallest things when it comes to games, but this is cool. The bird cage. I will say, I feel like they've put a lot of effort into each environment. Yes, the treehouse. It's storming outside. I love how... Oh no, it changes no matter what. Isn't that what happens in an old video? With sepia? Huh. What was that noise? Okay, we found one that we can get into. Wait a minute. Guys. Y'all. Tell me this is not like the painter's house. This is just like the painter's house. Wow, that gave me chills. This, the table in the middle, the fireplace in the corner, the office. Yes. The cellar. The painter's office. I didn't even see if upstairs was just like it. Upstairs is kind of different. But there's even this door, the bathroom. What? Huh. There's nothing in there. And we can't get over there. Yeah, that's creepy. Kitchen. Which is right in front of us. And a note. I'll be sending over a new reel tomorrow. Pirate film. Heard the Yanks love it. Give this one a good spin. More screening means more arses in the seats. And more reason for me to keep paying you. Maybe their father worked at a theater? Yeah. So it's just like the kitchen. I mean, different, but similar.
Come, faithful servant, for tonight we brew a ghoulish concoction, the world's strangest stew.
Huh. I don't know if that's intentional though, or I doubt it's like laziness on the dev's part. I feel like it can't be circumstantial. Barley, the cannoneer. He eats a lot, a whole lot. So he's round like a cannonball himself. This one time at band camp, he almost shot himself out of a cannon. Oh. All right, let's see what's in it. Am I dropping garlic or something? Am I just touching it? I don't think I can. Oh no, I can keep playing in it. I guess I thought I'd be able to dump something in it. Oh, so weird. I love how they do the perspectives from a child's POV. Just because it's a lot more playful. It deals more in like crowns and crayons. And, oh wow. It's a little bit more vibrant. It's more imaginative.
Seasoned by sadness, burnt from within, ravaged by madness, rotten with sin.
It's a good rhyme. I'm guessing we're putting this in the stew? Huh. Do I have 3 different options as to where to go? Locked. See, and then I don't know if these are locked just because I wish I had gone in this way. Yeah, I don't know if they're locked simply because you turn towards one direction first. Let me go up here real quick. Let me see if I can put the brain in. You can. Okay. I don't know if that changes anything. But personally, I want to go to the left. Felt like it was more green. Happy. Oh, I don't have my flashlight anymore. I'm leaving. Wait. It's a leg.
Torn up by conflict,
Oh,
ravaged
it's a
by
bear
war,
arm.
flawed on the surface, warped to its core.
It's a bear. Oh, I have a feeling it was coming after us. Was it coming after us? I don't know. I didn't even bother to try to look. I didn't want to do it. I did. Absolutely not. Hell no. I'm out. Throw the leg in. Okay. One more component. Absolutely not. Okay. A leg, a brain. What the hell? What is that? The rat's still alive. The heart. A heart. Heart.
Hollowed by longing, hardened by loss, once slick and polished, has lost all its gloss.
He's gonna sprint after us. I'm out. I'm out. I'm taking your heart and I'm out. Close the door. Okay. But I don't think that this one's open. We have to put all the components in first. Huh. Okay.
Look at it bubble. Look at it shake. The beast
Is
it's
awake.
awake.
Oh. A heart, a brain, and a beast paw. Wow, look at that. Looks like the Emerald City. Huh. I like the... Yeah, it's the yellow brick road. Wait, I thought I was being funny, but no. I think it's meant to be some kind of similarity to that. Wait, what?
Look, Jimmy. Father's screening the Black Wanderer.
Look, poster. Look, Jimmy. Jimmy. Is Jimmy a nickname for James? I'm not certain about that, but I think there's a poster down there, guys. We gotta get down there. Jimmy.
Movie's almost over. Time to go.
The bedroom. Can I drop down there? Oi. Oh, I can. I need to get down there, though. I don't know if that's really the poster we need, but... Huh. Next chapter. I guess now we can... Whoa. Whoa. I've been getting complaints about the noises up in the balcony. People are scared the damn thing is gonna fall on their bloody heads. I told you to keep it off limits. Damned thing can barely support its own weight. Interesting. Hey, that's like the other side of the Emerald City. You do start to memorize the sounds that you hear. We're back to it. Okay.
Careful. Don't step into the light, or he'll see you.
Who? We still have a beast in this chapter. Even as a kid. Don't step into the lights. Oh, we have to go down and around. Wait, what is this? I feel like you can almost see it. In recognition of your distinguished service in the documenting the courageous struggle of His Majesty's troops on the Western Front, as well as injuries sustained on the field of battle, the War Office has decided to award you with the Silver War Badge. May you wear it with pride, knowing that you have fulfilled your duty to King and country. The decoration ceremony will take place on the 5th of January. Sincerely, on behalf of the Chief of the Imperial General Staff. This must have been their parent. Which makes me feel like it's super similar to the painter's story, because the painter also had service medals and was haunted. Don't we have to stay out of the light? I don't know. Oh my gosh, this looks just like her bedroom. This is not a coincidence. There's no way that this is just because they already had something created, so they didn't want to do something else. Father and mother, right? Isn't that the vampire movie? That's that picture. But isn't his mouth open in that? I don't think that's intentional. Might just be burned. What is this? Oh, nice. There we go. That's 5 out of 11. We missed one. We missed 4. I must have missed 4 somewhere in the previous chapter. Not looking too hot right there. Okay, let's go look at it up close. Yeah, look at his mouth. That's not accidental. I feel like it's intentionally like a vampire of some sort. Or a beast's mouth. But there's no sound to it. And now we have a piece. What's this? Delilah. Hey there, the Delilah. She likes boys a lot. And girls too. She's very friendly. Maybe a bit too much. Top woman? Delilah the top woman? What? Delilah. Oh my gosh, he's up there on the ceiling now, y'all. He is up on the ceiling and his mouth.
Little scum. You were always bad luck. A blight upon this family.
Oh.
I give everything, and what get in return? A little gratitude, a lucky break, an ace up my sleeve, that's all I need.
An ace up my sleeve. Apparently I can't take that card. For whatever
A
I'm...
little gratitude, a little heart. Is that too much to ask?
The father was mean, just like the painter. This must have been why they left. Okay.
A lucky break, an ace up my sleeve, that's all I need.
I need them to look elsewhere, and then I can take it. So if I need... Okay, hold on. Let me try stepping on the bed, and then maybe get them to... No, we can put the mouth on him. Okay, hold on. Does it make it go away? It makes that go away. But then how am I supposed to distract and give him an ace?
I told you to hide it. I told you to keep it safe.
My sister.
How could you let him find it? Bring it back.
Wait. This is really cool. Okay, so maybe we grab the ace in here. Yeah. Now we grab the ace card in here.
How could you let him take it? It's all we have left of her. You have to find it.
The pendant?
You have to take it back.
Whoa. Wait, but I don't think I need to leave yet. I just need to put the mouth back on him. And then it's in the box. That's what it has to be. So, okay, so that thing moves whenever we're not as close to it. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so put this
Little
back.
Scum. You were always bad luck.
So put the ace right there, and now we
A
grab the pendant.
blackened heart, uprooted by tragedy, skewered by...
The mother died. Oh yeah, you can see her.
That's all you've ever given me? That's all you were ever good for?
Oh. I can't even imagine. Is this different in this? No, it's not. How do we happen to have two? Wow. Layers of oh. Layers of fear,
I told you to hide it.
Has
I
a
told
lot.
you to keep it safe.
Has
How
a
could you keep her close to your heart? Don't let her be forgotten.
Now we can go in.
She gave everything for you. Prove that it was worth it. That you weren't a mistake.
My mother died giving birth to me, and I'm the youngest. That's right. I would be the youngest, and then my father blames me because she died giving birth to me, which would have been really common back then too. I mean, not common, but it's not as rare as you think. He blamed me.
Weak, useless, no good to anyone.
Oh, man.
It's like I was never there. It would have been better if I was never there.
The story just got so dark. Oh. Layers of Fear really gets into dysfunctional families, and to be fair, I feel like a lot of our pain from the past gets repeated or at least held onto into as we get older as well. So I find this to be actually a really interesting
Quiet.
series.
Just watch.
Boats. The boat's trying to go through. It's the same picture back to back. Yeah. There's
Let's
a
go.
base.
Father will be leaving the projection room soon.
I think I generally am enjoying this one a lot more, not because it's more scary, but I find this story like playing as the father, like the abusive father that was giving into the madness of the rat lady and everything. That was one thing, but playing as the child of this family, right? Like playing as James, I feel like is a different aspect that somehow ties you to the game a little bit more. I never felt that connected to the painter. Not that I would. I mean, we share really no commonalities. Not that James and I do share commonalities, but I just find James's story to be a little bit more interesting, because I think a lot of us do have some kind of pain that we bring from our childhood. Okay, it says to go over here, and we need to... Oh yeah, we're gonna have to get past him, but make sure that we're exploring everything. Yeah, so the painter story overall is just much more fascinating to me. Wait a minute, can we open this now? A girl can try. Okay. Get ready and go. Go, 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 go. There has to be him breathing down here too, I think. Oh, what was that? A note. My beloved husband. As to my prospects, the doctor remains cautiously optimistic. His concern is that the difficulties I had giving birth to Lily might now lead to certain complications. Still, he believes that I am more than able to bring another child into the world. And with you by my side, I believe so as well. I admit the pains have been getting stronger as of late, but I dare not complain. Compared to what you've been going through, my suffering is barely worth mentioning. Forever yours. Okay, so Lily, my sister, so it's a Lily and James. Harry Potter, anybody? Lily must be my older sister, and so there were complications with that, and they knew there was a risk with the second kid, and they still continued to go forward with it. But he was suffering. The father was suffering. How could the father be suffering from something like worse than that? Illness, perhaps? Oh, I need to grab that. But the monster. It's breathing on it.
I think Father's been trying to fix his old camera.
One of the few things he still can.
Okay, I gotta go. Hold on. His old camera? If we can fix his old camera. Ah, okay, we need to fix his old camera. Is the beast still trying to breathe on it? Or once you pick it up, the beast is no longer breathing on it? Oh, he's back, he's back, he's back. He's like circling the house. I want to just try to pick it up one more time and just want to make sure that there's... I like the way that they did the beast. Okay. So we need to go to the basement. Wait! It says either direction. Let's go to the bathroom too. Oh. Okay. I guess I have to wait to get the key for that. I like how they did this chapter too. Wait a minute. X marks the spot. There's something I need to place in that, perhaps.
When the world becomes too cruel, we look for a place to hide. The dark can be many things.
Yeah. What the heck? I like that this part just makes you, I think it's easier to go through because you're not feeling like that creature is gonna pop up at any moment.
It can be refuge.
It can be a refuge. 90. My head now. Okay. But there's that same painting, by the way.
It can be refuge.
Oh. Okay. Can I take it out? Oh, it's gone. They've accepted the sacrifice. It's gone. What the heck?
The dark can be a silent place. Silence can be empty.
I have to let her finish talking first. It can be deafening. Okay, so now that we got another head, I don't think... Do we place it again? Or, hear me out, do you place it out here? Oh, it's locked. Never mind. I was thinking where it said X marks the spot, you know?
Or it can speak volumes. It is whatever you make it.
Oh, I need to close the box to finish the sacrifice. Hold on. Whoa, it's getting caught on my body. What? Take this head. Take it. Okay. No, we got it. But it goes further. Oh. Whoa.
The dark can be a lonely place.
It almost sounds like, I think I said this in a previous one, but Amicia and Hugo. It just feels like that to me. Another one.
Solitude can be a sentence.
Solitude can be a sentence. We have to continue to we have to keep venturing in. We'll have to go deeper and deeper into the darkness. This is so creepy. But why a head? I love how this is shot. Oh, there's 3 heads now.
Or it can be a companion. It is whatever you make it.
Oh, I don't like it. Okay. So we continue in further. Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to hide, to let the dark in.
Whoa. To let the dark in. His head's not backwards this time. I guess the torso's backwards.
Father's coming! Quick!
Shoot.
Get in!
No, please.
I said, get in!
She'd put me in a box to hide me from her father? It had to get to the point where they had to hide me from my father? Why? Big strong. I guess we need to put a hat on him. Wait a minute, where are we? 4 heads. Forehead. Jeez.
This land is a wonder to be sure.
Wizard of
But
Oz.
How will I ever get home?
Home? Now, why'd you want to go to such an awful place?
But I actually, wait. We need to go back through and look at all these posters. A Wondrous Voyage. Because now that I think about it, everything's different. He's guiding her to it, and it's a rat next to her. I think they're all plays on actual, like, musicals. That's really cool. Yeah, we'll have to go back. And I like that we found another poster. But well, that might not be a real poster.
Hush! It's already started.
What's this one? Oh, we got a Hydra attacking or looking for the treasure and a pirate ship. It's playing the pirate story, and I didn't look at the first 2 ones, so I need to go back to those. Well, I'm not gonna be able to go back to them, but
Come on! He'll get mad if we're not back before him.
he was really strict as well. Yeah, I love how they took a smaller hat. They basically took the home before, and instead of making it this mansion-style thing, it is smaller. But whoa.
What is that thing?
I thought I knew, but now I'm not sure.
It's the
Oh,
thing.
Jimmy, it has to take shape in your head first. Otherwise, it'll just stay formless.
This is what's chasing me. The formless creature. Right? It has to take shape in your head. Which means it would have to... What if it's my father? Like, what if I was trying to... I guess maybe at the end of this, something will take shape. And it won't just be a formless creature. This story is fascinating. Ooh. Okay, what's this? My beloved husband, it is with trembling hands that I write this letter. Words cannot express how overjoyed I am to finally hear from you. When I had heard of what happened, my heart sank. It was as if a terrible shadow had eclipsed my life. But now that I know that you're still with us, I feel that shadow has lifted. As much as it pains me to hear of your injuries, I pray that you find solace in the fact that you'll be here to witness the birth of our second child, forever yours. The mother must have died right after he came back. Remember he was serving in the military, and he must have had injuries, and he came back and then also lost his wife right after returning, probably with PTSD and with losing clearly bodily injuries as well, which in the first one, the painters, hold on, the painter also had lost a limb. That's so...
Now you write about their past.
The rat lady is only in the story because of the writer. The oh, these stories have her in here because the writer is writing these, and she's the one that succumb to the, whoa. Look, there's the cannoneer. Yeah, this is all starting to come together. I do like how they feed you pieces, but not the entire story.
This is where you come in.
The music. There's a pirate ship. Wonder if I can get up there. Nice, okay. Oh, I'm falling through. I'm falling through. I'm out. What am I on? Okay, crouch through. I don't think there's anything for me to take exactly. This part, it being in sepia, reminds me a lot of Bendy and the Ink Machine at times. Not quite like this, but kind of similar.
Go on, pick it up.
What is it? The gun? The gun?
It seems the tables have turned, Quartermaster.
Oh, the turntables.
Curse you and your mutinous puppets. I will not make this easy for you. If I am to meet my
It's like Winnie the
doom
Pooh.
today, it will be by your hands, by your action. Too late to build your character, boy. You wanted to be like me? Shoot!
Shoot her?
What are we to you? Mere playthings?
He's not
Play
dead.
your part.
Wait, I don't know which one I should do. Because she wants me to shoot her.
Play your part, villain. I'm waiting.
But he wants me to fight against it.
Not give in.
I feel like I've...
Way.
Do not
You
give...
thought you could be me? You will always be just a scared little boy.
Oh, no. No. I guess I should have shot her. She was dead either way. I didn't want to be the villain. I didn't want to play the villain. Sister. Did she die? She must have died at my hands.
Are you alright? Lily! Lily!
Lily? Oh.
Lily, I thought you were gone.
That's because I was. Well, she is.
What?
Who I was a moment ago is no more. Now, I can become someone else.
What? Like acting? I don't understand. I think I've said I don't understand a million times in this game. Those were the toys hanging. This was our room. The clothes. Were these Lily's clothes? Slumpy, the bosun. He is a bit lazy, a lot lazy actually. If he could sit around all day, he would. But there's always more pirating to be had. The captain says so. Huh. There's a rat on that block. Blah. All right, pull it. What did we have? We have laziness? Maybe the deadly sins? Was the other one gluttony? No, it wasn't gluttony. I have to think. If we find another one, I need to piece that together, possibly.
No one understands them. No one will understand you.
I want to hear all of her parts together to see how she tries to prey on people.
Watch. This is the best part.
Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that from Pirates of the Caribbean? I feel like I've seen that, and I thought it was in Pirates of the Caribbean. When they're in that spinning thing.
We can't stay any longer.
The office. Okay. I thought so. This chapter is really cool. And drop down. Pop. Bloody roots. I love that they gave them a pass too.
I know. Henceforth, I shall be Captain Baines, the Black Wanderer.
But Captain Baines isn't a girl.
Steady your tongue, Quartermaster.
Ooh.
I can be whoever I choose to be. If your little mind says otherwise, then to the depths with it.
Ooh, to the depths with it. I like how sassy she is. I also realized that I think I missed one of the parts. I think I missed piecing one of the parts together because I just walked straight past it. I believe when we were headed towards the basement, or one of them. I love the way they did this too, like creating this loop, essentially. It's very clever to have us go back and forth into the different parts. I'm out. Ah, that must be the office over there. But there should be one more part that we can read from our family or something. Something. No? There's usually been some kind of piece of paper. Is it this? That is the office. Okay. I feel like I should head down real quick. There could potentially be something to get. That turned on again. There's a note. For the last time, I'm not replacing the bloody projector. It's your job to keep it up and running. Quit your whining and do your goddamn job while you still have it. Oh, did not have the best of bosses. Okay. Is stuff spawning in here, by the way? Because this was the only one that was open since the beginning. Oh, the Pirate Prince and the Cyclops King.
Show yourself, ye one-eyed freak! I'll make ye wish ye had a spare.
Oh.
My hero.
My hero. I should have been checking this every single time. There might have been others. Well, you live and you learn. I wonder what happens if we get caught. I mean, I don't really want to find out, but I think there's light in here. I need to see his pattern, but I believe he pops in here. Okay, door closed. Never mind, he's not. But I love how they have this monster that, like, we haven't seen him, but he comes out occasionally. Midas, the helmsman. He loves gold above all else. He can smell it half a world away. So he always steers the ship towards the treasure. Huh? This is like the office, isn't it? What is this? Oh, the other piece to this? It's like a rocket ship? Maybe collect... Oh, yeah, it is a rocket. Check that out. Clever girl. Nice. There should be one more piece that we're missing as well. Nice. We got 5 out of 11. Wait, maybe I do have all of them. We have 2 pieces of them. Okay. That's the top piece, so there's one more somewhere. It must be right there. So not that. It's right here. Nice. Yeah, I tend to think that, I mean, this is pretty... I feel like this would be pretty obvious, but the smaller the map and rooms and kind of area that you're playing with, I feel like the easier it is for me to get all the parts that they need. But when they put chasing scenes or make it scary and you're supposed to collect something, it's never gonna happen. I don't know what to tell you. We need power to it. Oh, power cord. Excuse me. There we go. It's about to take off. Initiate takeoff.
My brother. He was always there.
To steer?
Following in my footsteps. silent, smiling sadly, like a warm shadow, always there, but never really present. Sometimes, when darkness fell across town, we'd sneak out of the house. He'd look up into the night sky, watching the stars, but never really seeing them. What he really saw was...
What is that?
1,000 souls on fire. His eyes would light up. The stars were already there. At that moment,
I'm dead. I'm dead.
He had it in him.
Sorry.
To make 1,000 hearts bleed, 1,000 heads turn,
Like an actor?
1,000 eyes weep. My brother, the silent dreamer.
I'm trying to go.
That a day would come when we could leave it all behind. The journey of a lifetime.
Whoa.
A light on the horizon.
Fly in here.
A flame to cool his own.
Out of here. Guys, he's like right in my face.
He had it in him. To make 1,000 souls burn. Make them feel alive. Make them live forever. 1,000 lives. But never mine. Never mine.
What?
There we were, dreaming our souls away into the night sky. When we could almost reach out and take it, a cruel shade eclipsed the sun. Our dream was gone. Something else took its place.
The dream? Hunger?
Something vicious. Something...
The formless? Or the ship sinking? Or what? What? Sorry guys, that little gnat was there. It's a grave. What an interesting... There's nothing else here? Something else took its form. It's so interesting, she said, but never hers. Never hers.
No. What will the Black Wanderer do now?
While the ship is derelict, maybe? There has to be one last room.
Don't worry.
Oh no, there's
One
two.
day we'll get to see how it ends.
There's two. There's the bathroom and there's another one, y'all. Ah. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh. Good morning. Bloody roots. There should be something on the ground, yeah. That was the voice we heard in the last chapter.
Lily, what if something bad happens? What if I can't find you?
Shh. Listen to my voice. Hold it deep inside. And I will always be there for you.
Forever?
Forever.
This probably is my favorite chapter. I do feel like we're gonna see the monster. Because this is where we first saw the idea of the the creature, the formless thing. I'm just that's what it's gonna be called from now on because she said that. What? Okay. There's a note, another note. To Mr. and Mrs. Abram, a daughter at St. Bartholomew's Hospital. To Mr. and Mrs. Hopkins, a son. Mr. and Mrs. Burns, a son at St. Bartholomew's Hospital. Sunday, February 4th at 2 a.m. Deaths. Burns. Entered into rest Sunday, February 4th at 2 a.m. Beloved wife and mother of two. Funeral Wednesday, February 7th at 2:30 p.m. West Ham Cemetery. None of these deaths were the same. Yeah, the mother died. to the bathroom. The picture is on the other side, by the way, and the picture is not what it was before. Remember? Wait, that's the picture. Wait, maybe I never noticed that picture. I must have just never noticed it, I guess. Let's check the... Okay, so there are 2 more rooms left. Before we go into that, let's check this room. Okay, nothing. Wow, guys, what if I lucked out and I just happened to look at the one time? It's pirate music this whole time. The one time that there was in fact a poster. That's me. The bathroom is very different than the last one. I think we just need to touch it. This is on the ship. This is on the ship.
If you want to make it to the end, just remember, the monster can be scary.
An eyeball?
It's sad too, because at the end of the day, it's just as lost as we are.
It's just as lost as we are. Huh. I don't know what I'm looking at. Is there something in this water with me? Whoa! We're in this room now. Huh. I guess before we break the pot, turn off the fan. Okay, it stopped blowing over. What? Something's sprouting? What happens if I turn it back on? Oh, okay. So yeah, you have to turn this off for it to be able to start to grow. And then we need to look through again. Something different. And now we're in this one. So now we need to turn this off. Oh, but there's other stuff. There's rain. We need to turn off the sink. Yes, it's raining. And it's raining on the other side. I feel like there's something that it's still struggling with. I guess tapped again. It is longer, but I don't know if that's right. It's still locked. What? Oh. Whoa. Okay, I didn't know that door was there. No. Definitely not that. Maybe just one side with rain? Yeah. So that was fine. It needs a little bit of rainfall. There we go. It's like a lobster claw. Here we go. We have light now. Something else is gonna eat it. Sun. Okay. But now the sun is too strong. So maybe balance it out with rain? That seems to kind of balance it out a little bit. And now it's reaching big and tall. It's like an octopus. Woo! Wait, am I gonna have to run? I'm not ready to have to run. What the mirror? We're down in the... Okay. But now we're down here. Wait, I didn't know that we could move this back.
Look, it's her.
The maiden voyage.
Who? She's the one, Mr. Hardy. She's the one that would take us there.
But where? Where did they think they were gonna go? I guess as long as they were together, it didn't matter where. The pirate ship's still going. All right, let's check this real quick. All right, nothing. I did, in fact, luck out. We can now open this. Lucia, the first mate. She won't have no one disrespect the crew or the captain because she's very proud. So proud. It has to be the 7 deadly.
Spark is all it takes.
A little spark. Is this where the house was? It's a nice house. Those 3 paintings are the pieces to the poster. Remember, we'd always...
Father, no, please.
What did he do? What did he do?
Stay out of it, Lily.
I can crawl over there.
Why can't you just leave us alone?
Before I crawl over there, let me see if there's anything else. Wait, there's a couple different paths. We probably need to make it all be glowing. Oh my gosh. Remember when I did this for... Oh man, it wasn't exactly this, but it was something similar. Remember, it was, oh man. It was, wait, which one opens the right? That? Oh, wait a minute. Some don't completely, like the left side doesn't really have fire. I don't think it's as simple as that. No, that works. That works. All right, so open that one and then close this to open that. Do this, but then we've closed that. So we need to make sure this is open. How can I open that guy? There we go. And then I need to open this guy, but to open this guy, oh, I got it. We need to press this. I mean, that did in fact open it, but I don't think that was the best way to open it. I've done this before and I always fudge it up. All right, we have a few left and then we have 2 left. There we go. What did I do? Another one of those. I've collected 2. It's another strange sound. I swear, if this leads into some alien stuff, that's it. So strange. I'm glad we went through with that. This is cool. Who's trimming the hedges down here? The second part of it. And the third part.
The boy said with nonsense. As if it wasn't useless enough.
Aww. Is that an eyeball?
You're the one who's useless. You cruel,
He lost an eye.
one-eyed freak.
What did you call
That's
it?
why it's the
Away from him.
cyclops.
You monster.
Cyclops. He lost his eye in the war. Oh. It's gone. Oh, but we're... Oh. My father's eye. We have to run. We have to find ways to get around. Oh! I'm gonna get hit by it, aren't I? Yeah. You have to be in this... Yeah. He who lives more lives than one, more deaths than one must die. Okay, this is gonna be actually difficult. And it's not scary, it's just... Oh, sorry. Yes, death. Death must be so beautiful. Okay, that one was on me. That was on me. Okay, let him go past. All right, go this way. We need to find our hiding spot. What's gonna happen? Is this a hiding spot? Yes, this is. Run, 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 run. Hiding spot. So the hiding spots are the light. Yes. Run. Love the music right here too. Go to the right. We need to find another hiding spot. Nice. Okay. And we need to go. Sprint it, go. I feel like it's this way. Chase the light. And then stop right here. Is it a continuing pattern? I think it's continuing. Wait for it to pass again. Okay. And go. Okay. And we have another light right here. Go this way. Stop in this light. Woo! All right, it's on its way over here. I love this. This is just so, this game is so creative. Just all of it is so creative. Is it coming back? The ship. The burning ship. The burning ships. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back. Oh, I'm dead. Dang, I'm gonna have to restart that whole thing. Death is a fearful thing. I need to make sure that I'm seeing exactly like which, okay, wait. It saved me partially through? Okay, now that we know how to do this, we know how to get there faster. Yeah, because it's gonna take the same rotation. So now we just go over here and then we'll stop right here. Actually, we'll stop over here. This one's the easiest to stop at. Okay, here we go. I gotta figure out what we're gonna do with the ship burning because it does turn back. Okay. The fire. We need to go this way? Perhaps? Stop right here. See where it comes. I think it's making its way over here. It's right here. Oh, it's behind us. It's behind us. We need to find a path. Right there. Safety. Okay, I don't know where it is. It might be gone. It's gone. Oh, shit. Where is it? Okay, we can go. We're not gonna be safe for long. Oh, snap. Run back, run back. Oh! Through the marshes. This way. It's right on our tail. Get in! Okay. All right, the hedge closed, but can it come over here? I think it can still come over. Oh. Okay. I love the way that the game does this. Okay. It's probably gonna hit to the end and then it's gonna turn around. Go. Oh, did it get me again? I guess you have to wait for, okay. That's fair. That's fair. I think because it like circled back so quickly. Okay. So go to this one. And we're stopping right here. And then we'll wait for it to pass us and then go back and then I'll follow it. I'll chase it instead of the other way. Yeah, that turned around way too quick for me to outrun that bad boy. Here we go. So we need to wait for it to pass again. Now we should have enough time. It's like the Eye of Sauron and I'm here for it. I love it. All right, I might have just lost because of that one thing. Hopefully not, but we need to find a spot right now. It's closing. Come on. We're almost there.
Father,
It's today.
it's today.
Her funeral?
I know.
Her anniversary. Oh.
I'm going to see her. Take care of the house while I'm gone.
Did you get anything for James? It's his day too.
Yeah.
I had to buy something for your mother. That's all I could afford.
Oh. James's entire existence will always just be a reminder of the death of his mother. So tragic. I don't like that that's just like waiting outside for us. Man. And he probably never, ever cared.
You're just like him.
Okay, you have to elaborate on that, rat lady. You can't just say that. What is that? You can't just say that without elaborating. What? There we go. There's number 4. The cat playing with it again.
Please. Help me. It hurts. It hurts.
That must be like my father.
I can't take it.
He's missing an eye.
Make it stop.
Come on. There's nothing left for us here.
It hurts. It hurts.
I guess I could kind of see how maybe that's how the formless
Hurts.
creature came about in his mind.
Is it over?
There's no way that's how he looked, right?
No, Mr. Hardy.
After his injuries? I mean, maybe.
It's only just beginning.
It's only just beginning. Okay. Somebody's bringing the pirate ship in. The Tempest.
My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel.
It makes sense. I think that there's 3 total picture frames and a secret like music box or something in all of the parts as well. But I just feel like I did better this chapter mostly because I wasn't scared. And then there'll be something on the ground. No, there's not. Oh, of course there's not. The next chapter begins.
Breathe.
Breathe. Oh, we're back to the writer's story? Woo, I hate the writer's story. That one's the scariest of them all. Wait, all of a sudden we're back to the writer's story. It just pulled us out for no reason. This is why you have to play the reimagined story all in one sitting. Like, I think a lot of y'all were like, wow, you're going straight into the second one. And it's because it's all intertwined. Although I will say I should have explored more as the writer's story in between the daughter's story. There was a time that I could have explored it. All right.
A disturbing occurrence happened during a public reading, and the author acted strange from the start, but what happened after a particular reader's question?
Okay. What happened? What happened? Oh, we do have to do the final note, by the way. There's one more DLC. The poster.
Did this place torment you too?
The Cyclops King. Yeah.
Pests. Why? Delusional? Metaphor? What if they were there?
There are rats. You could start the final notice right now, the final note. But we're not done with the actor's story. Here.
I came back. After a decade of glory and shame, I came back. I don't know how the fuck they knew I did, but I don't care. I will get my son back, or I will hurt them. I can write without her. I know I can. And this must be the thing that hurts her, destroys her.
Yes. Wreck her. Take her down. Wait.
Light symbolism.
Electric.
Fire. Warmth. Destruction. Safety. Key for painting. Did it help him?
Light symbolism, electric, fire, warmth, destruction. What? Okay, we have to save the writer. Light. Matchbox?
We will survive this. I'll take care of you. Both of you.
Engraving. Rotten food. Is that it?
Hush.
Is there something else I can interact with up here? Food, bread, a can. Is there a way for me to get out onto the other side? No. Rats. Rats. How did I even end up here in the first place? Oh, gosh. Oh. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
Pain, his, hers, influence on psyche and art. Call and ask. No, no, this is one thing I won't do.
Call who? Call who? She is seriously messing with my mind now. Did you see her at the top of the stairs? I won't look at her. I won't look at her. I won't look at her. The shadow. The artist. That door should be open now. Honestly, rat lady, you are such a bitch. I said bitch. Oh, it's still locked. The food is still. Hold on. Wait, the bathroom was never here. This is flipped. This was not the bathroom.
So sharp after all this time.
After all this time. Oh. I'm not gonna look at you. I'm mad at you. It's all starting to... Are you kidding me?
The beginning, they used their daughter to fulfill their needs and ambitions. No wonder she grew up to be a woman she was.
What type of woman was she? Well, I mean, I guess we did find out the end of that. Kind of. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, okay, I'm going. Oh my goodness, what do you want from me?
Hi, Mama.
What?
She's playing tricks on me.
It's been a while, so just wanted to check on you. I'm glad you're writing again.
You are?
Of course. I know you. It's always been the most important thing in your life.
That's...
I should probably leave you to it. It's been great hearing from you.
Wait, don't...
Bye.
Don't go!
Oh. The mask. Oi! Oh, what's down here now?
Did you think
What's
your
this?
art would make you immortal? It's unwatchable now.
Did I already listen to this one? I can't remember anymore. Oh. Oh. They're all colliding. The painting. The paint, the creatures. They always hate him? They always hate him. What's happening here?
All you can do is cut corners and shock.
The story.
You think yourself an artist?
Whoa. don't know if I can go this way. Yeah, I don't think so. I always try to go this way.
They had fun. They had fun breaking his bones and kicking him, watching him spit blood. They were proud of themselves.
You're mine.
We're all going a little mad here. The ship.
You have nothing to say.
You have to finish the story. I recognize this. Are those cherries? Those look like some good cherries. Tear it apart. This is the coolest right here. I love this.
No voice, no characters, no talent.
This has to relate to the actor's story too, right? It's so cool. Do you see the painting? Painting's so scary.
All your words are empty. Underneath there is only your ego.
The mask.
I made you.
I made you. Musician. We haven't done her story
Be
yet.
safe.
I'll never be safe. I'll never be safe.
You gave your
I remember this
word.
part.
You will keep it.
Once a deal, always a deal. There she is. No.
I will finish it.
Was she not going to? Was I going to stop? But I guess I'm going to try to finish it without her help.
Last exhibit. Recreation of exhibit opening with piano. At home. Ouroboros.
What?
After all these years, they still listen to you.
Wait, what? Rat Queen was something. Did you see that? Rat Queen was something. Oh, snap. Do I have a music player? Didn't think I had a record player. I probably do now. Oh, come on. Is that the outside? That's the outside, isn't it? The handprints. Okay, let's go finish the story. Finish the story. Get out of here. There was light. Oh, come on. Got to be kidding me. I'm out. Okay, fine. I'll finish your story. Can I leave? Okay, I can still leave, but it's okay. I'm gonna finish the story. You've gotta be kidding me. So rude.
I have to finish it.
Yeah, I like how they kind of pushed them together. I feel like they didn't have to do that. Oh, okay. This is chapter 4. So I'm gonna stop here. These are long chapters, but I think it's best to like break these up and make them like more. I think this game is really enjoyable in like short bursts for y'all at least. I hope it's entertaining. I know that there's not as much feedback for me to give it as much as reactions. Like I feel like a lot of it is much more reactions than me doing too much to like progress the story like forward, if that makes sense. And honestly, like my analytical skills and critical thinking just fly out the window when I'm playing something scary like this. But I am having so much fun. I think especially with the actor's story. The painter's story was good, but like I was kind of talking about when we were doing the last chapter or this chapter, it's not that I need like relatability to enjoy a game, but I do need a certain amount of information to be told to me for me to help piece together the parts. And I think that in the painter's story, I either wasn't paying enough attention, which could be the case. I was probably too worried about being scared that I just didn't really catch on to the story like I have with this one. Like I'm tracking, we've got James and Lily. Our father has a very similar past to the painter's story too. And even the writers is still unfolding as we discover it. And I like that they left you after the first one, after the painter's story and the daughter's story. They do leave you wanting to know more about this rat lady and what she represents. But yeah, I'm really enjoying y'all's feedback on it and your commentary as well, because it is a little bit harder to deduce what their meaning is behind these. Like I said, I'm going to have to do a big old reading of what what they mean by everything. And I just want to hear more about from the writer and the creator's story on why they developed this story and what it's really trying to mean. I'm sure a lot of it is open to interpretation, like a lot of games are, but yeah, I think it's interesting that they chose to come at it from a creative lens, because it is just one of those realms that even like what I do is creative, right? It's like content creation or whatever. And it is easy to be your own worst critic, right? Look, there's a lot of criticism, right? You'll always have other people telling you exactly what they think of what you put out into the world. But I find it interesting that these creators are turning to something else because it is a lot of pressure. Like, I think that I can see how they would succumb to agreeing to what the rat lady is offering. And I think that it's just kind of like, I don't want to say it's that instant gratification. Like, I don't think she stands for that per se, but I do think that she's offering them everything that they think they want as like an easy path. It's like an easy route, or she's preying on their hunger to do more and to be greater. And so I guess I'm loving playing the series because right now I'm really practicing in my own personal life, like being more content. And it's so easy to just like want more and do more. And there's only 24 hours in the day. And it's just so easy to be our own worst critic. And I know that I am, like, more than anything. Like, I always want to do more for you guys. Like, I want to be able to do more videos for YouTube and not just 3 videos a week. But there are only so many hours in the day. And at the end of the day, you also have to do what's best for you. So I don't know. I just, there's a lot of interesting thoughts and feelings that you can pull from this game and this series. So I'm looking forward to how it ends. I know we have a few more chapters too, so it won't be anytime soon. I was thinking I would be able to break the story into 3 parts. We're gonna have to do like short bursts. All right, guys, I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, YouTube.